Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a basic everyday makeup look. If you like makeup how-tos, please make sure to subscribe to our channel. If you want to learn how to do a basic everyday makeup look, you'll need a tinted luminizer, foundation, concealer, loose powder, bronzer, blush, highlighter, any mascara you like, an eyebrow pencil, and a neutral eyeshadow palette. I'm going to start with the tinted luminizer. I'm going to put this all over my face. Just put a little bit here, there, like that. This just gives me a more glowy look, so could always use that. I'm just gonna go in with the foundation brush and just blend it all in. You really have to blend this in as best you can. You could either use a brush or a sponge, but I prefer brushes. I feel like it gets a better blend into your skin. It'll just give you like a nice sun-kissed look, which is what I'm looking for today. After that, I'm gonna go in with my concealer and just cover up the under eyes and any spots that I have. And I just do this gently. I don't try to put too much because then it just looks cakey and you don't want that. So just a little bit everywhere that you feel you need to conceal. And again, I'm just gonna go with my foundation brush and blend that in. I also like to put it on top on my eyelid as like a eyeshadow primer because I don't really use eyeshadow primer, so just put a little bit up here so the eyeshadow could stick and it'll last all day and it won't really crease. After that, I go in with my foundation. And again, you don't want to put too much because you don't want it to look cakey. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to go in using the same foundation brush that I've been using and just gently dab it a little bit because I don't want to use too much, and just blend it in. And again, you're going to dab and just gently, and this goes all over your face. It doesn't look too cakey, but you just want to set it with the loose powder. And for this, I have a powder brush. It's a big fluffy brush, so it's good to use for powder. And that I just gently dab on. Once you're done with that, I like to go in with my eyeshadow. I'm going to use the California Love shadow from ColourPop today. I first start with a fluffy brush so I could get the color that I need on the upper part of my eyelid. I'm going to go in with Sequoia. That's the color I'm going to start with. Just going to put a little bit, and then I always like to tap the excess powder off. And I'm just going to go right up here and blend that out. You can also add on if you'd like more color, but I'm going to try to keep it very light. I don't want to do too much. And then you're going to do the same to the other eye, just a light dusting. This is another eyeshadow brush, but you see it's a little bit, it's not as fluffy. So I like going in with this, and this I use on this part of my eyebrow. I mean, my eyelid. And with that, I'm gonna go in with Cruisin'. I'm gonna use Cruisin' for that. I like to use a light color on my eyelid because I don't want it to be too overbearing, too crazy, especially just for a normal look. I just lightly press into the palette like this. Just very lightly. You want to do it very, very lightly. Don't want to get too much color. And just dab it on your eye. Try to get it as even as possible. After that, I go in with another eyeshadow brush, which is also fluffy, but this I just use for darker colors. And I'll go in with Highway 1. That's this color right here. And for that, I'm going to go into my crease here and then just lightly put it at the end of my eyelid to get the look all together. This you want to tap off the excess too, because then it's going to be a little bit too dark when you go in. So you just put it lightly in your crease and blend. It's all about blending the colors together. Same thing for the other eye. Just lightly. And this is another eyeshadow brush, but it's a little bit longer and the bristles are a little bit softer. And this, I'll just blend everything together. Just to give like a little contour. So with the bronzer, I'm gonna go from about like my temple area to like the end of where my eyelid is. So from here to here. Again, lightly tap off the excess and lightly. You don't want to do harsh lines, you want to do very light contour. And I go all over my hairline, again on the same thing here, and then you go underneath your chin. This just adds a little bit of color to your face. Next, I go in with my blush. There's 3 different colors here, so I'm gonna use rose, the rose color, this color right here. And for that, I have another fluffy brush that I use for my blush. Again, very lightly. You don't want to do too much. And just gently brush it from the apples of your cheek up a little bit. Gently, just like that. And what I started recently doing is putting it right on the tip of my nose just to add a little bit of color. And then just blend it, because you don't want really harsh blush color. After that, I'm going to go in with my brow pencil. I use Benefit. It's my favorite one. It's in the shade 3. And with this, I just try to go along my eyebrow. I don't want to do anything crazy. I don't want to like make it too high. I just try to follow my natural eyebrow lines. So I'll just gently start outlining my eyebrow. And just fill it in a little bit. You don't want to do too much. Just fill in the missing spots where there's not many hairs. And then I use the bristle side and just comb through so it's not too harsh. It looks very clear and blended out. And then you're gonna do the same for the other eyebrow. You're just gonna follow the your natural eyebrow. You don't wanna do too much, make it look too crazy. You're gonna try to match your eyebrows. They're not gonna be perfect, and that's fine. And then again, you're gonna go in with the bristle side and just brush it out. After that, I go in with mascara. I've been using the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. It's my favorite. I have short eyelashes, so I try to make them as voluminous as possible. And so far, this has been my favorite mascara to use. And you just gently lift up. Same thing for the other side, just lift. And I also kind of like to do this motion to brush through to make sure that I'm getting every eyelash. I'll also go in with the Essence Princess Lash Princess. And that I just do a little bit. I don't do too much because this also volumizes the eyelash. And then with this, I'll gently, I don't do too much on the bottom lash line, but you just put a little bit. You don't want to do too much because then it looks crazy. Gently brush your bottom lashes. And my last step is highlighter. This is my favorite thing to use, is my highlighter. And this, I use a tiny little brush to get into the corners of my eye here to make my eyes look brighter. So again, you just gently dab, and you're just gonna go right in the corner. It brightens your eyes. It really brings out the colors in your eyes when you do this. Just gently dab and in the corner. And I also use another small blending brush, and I just put this a little bit on the tip of my nose, not too much, and I follow where I put the blush. And I just go up a little bit above my eyebrow, and the same on the other side. This is the final look. It was very simple, very easy. I use it every day when I go to work or if I'm hanging out with friends. Let us know what your favorite look is. Comment below. If you really found this helpful, make sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you like this how-to, make sure to subscribe because more how-tos will be coming your way. Thank you.